The manner in which such an object is made manifest can be affected by the quality of my presence. Poets experience the world in a fresh manner and bring the experience to language. See what happens when we deal with an entity such as a stone with an acute and sustained attentiveness, just staying open to what may be made manifest in the encounter. The hypothesis is that acute attentiveness can lead to a sense of an entity that goes beyond the way it is typically experienced. I can feel something more deeply because I come in direct contact with it in my worldly presence. For we are more deeply alive and in profound contact with all the entities that we encounter when such a state is achieved, which means that we participate more fully in this universal process of manifestation. This principle offers a holistic view of all that is. We belong here together with the trees and the stones, for we are made manifest together. Rather than being discrete entities, the relation comes first, and the extent to which we are related matters for what we and the stone ultimately are.
Writing has nothing to do with meaning. It has to do with land surveying and cartography, including the mapping of countries yet to come. Language was created for the sake of communicating, and although it abounds in most facets of our daily lives, it's lost the ability to help us effectively understand other individuals. And not only that, but I think nowadays it's prevented us from genuinely understanding ourselves as well. It seems like nowadays language is dominated by idle chatter and like the same repeated uses of like language. But what I think it's missing, or at least like two of the things that it's missing in communication, is the capacity for individual speakers to be creative or like playful and vulnerable in like their language and like their speech. Because when you allow like communication to have that, when you allow like speakers to embody those traits, what I think you get is it makes it a lot easier to be empathetic to like the unique backgrounds that each like speaker brings to like a conversation and a dialogue. Heidegger once said that poets are the custodians of our language. They have the ability to communicate the mystery dwelling in the abyss of our existence.
Sit up straight and be quiet. Sit down, son. Sit up straight in your seat. And I do not want any more talking, any more moving about at all. Absolutely still, absolutely quiet. Look up here. Look up here. Let me have your undivided attention.
And so what we're left with is a language that isn't being used to its full potential. Essentially in helping us understand one another and genuinely understanding other individuals. And I think what poetry has to offer us is a space for like people to be both creative and open-ended in their use of the language. Want to go for it?
Yeah.
thought he could stop when he wanted to, that he could stop, when he wants to stop. And I don't think that he ever really believed that he couldn't stop. I really believe it. I think that he really felt that he could stop whenever he wanted to.
Of course.